Timo catching the ball on the racket. Little vibration there, but not too much. I was going to say, working with GC, I feel like we've seen Jun Mizutani getting a bit faster in the counter game, using the backhand more confidently. World rank number 7, quarterfinals and a semifinal at the Czech Open. Timo Boll losing to Lin Winru, the silent assassin. Wow. So many interesting characters to watch in the world right now. And watching Timo Boll's match last night, whether you have glasses on or not, it was absolutely spectacular. Zhou Qihao, talk about that in a bit. The 11th seed over here, Jun Mizutani. Quarterfinalist in Hong Kong, the best result on screen right now, 30 years old. Jun Mizutani, one of the fathers out there on the table. There's GC, actually my doubles partner and teammate from a recent tournament we played in Taipei. Quite exciting, took the gold. Although out here, his wisdom is coming in quite useful for Jun Mizutani. Timo Boll, a master of spin, can generate, and punishing Jun Mizutani for turning. Don't turn on me. I'm Timo Boll. That's what's going to happen. He has pretty much secured the top spot for Germany in terms of the Olympics, playing the singles. Head-to-head with Jun Mizutani. Take a guess. Mizutani held his ground. Lunges forward. Gets it just before it bounces on the table and punches it back. Jun Mizutani. I don't know. Talking to him in Russia about the sacrifice to be the player that he is today. When you think about, it's not a unique story. About Mizutani, and if you've been watching table tennis over the years, you probably know his forehand is much more powerful. He's had a lot of trouble against some of the top Chinese players in the world, and even everything's fine here. Jun Mizutani earns himself 2 game points. On the run. Sometimes we see a hand switch here. 7-8 for Jun Mizutani. And we'll be back for game 2. We've seen a lot of comebacks from Timo Magic Boll. Let's see what happens in game 2 with 2 legends. Mizutani. Tongue out there in the corner. I think Jun Mizutani can do and often does do to counter the fact that Timo Boll has the stronger backhand. Did not come here to continue to add to the statistic. Brings it back into play. Gets sent out wide on the forehand. Power and race to that spot. Sort of what his body language said to me right after. Having a new personal coach. Knowing that if he doesn't get to play singles. Wipe off. It was courtesy of Timo Boll right off the bounce. I think it was the shot right before this replay. Would have been a tough ball anyway to reach. Especially with all that found on the ball. Much like a blitz. I mean, that's a match to go back and watch for sure. Zhou Qihao of China. Very bright future ahead. But not a Jun Mizutani sort of fished, stayed in position, and then pounced on the backhand. Timo just opening up that wide forehand on the table. Doesn't even have to go that far. Again, one very tough to receive. Problem, extend the racket into the fingertips. Still holds his grip there, but Timo Boll keeping him at bay. To hit it that hard. Timo was ready just to... Timo, really, it's like watching an artist watching these players play. Timo especially just can't get the full break. 2 points away from a 3-1 lead for Timo. In his match versus Zhou Qihao and versus Jun Mizutani in the start of this, it's just completely different tempo. Timo Boll will beat somebody 3-0, 11-2, 11-4, 11-3, and then he'll walk over to you. Man, what can I do to get through this person? I think in superhero movies they say, why won't you just die? Thinking of new ways to dissect the opponent. It's wide. Behind the table, trying to quickly get back on the attack. Skyloving turns his back to the table. You hear the crowd appreciate this one. Turns around, and Mizutani. But yeah, that idea when you know someone's more likely to make it big than you, and you want to be a part of their team, some actors for the Chinese team, you'll see a lot of people from around the world coming into clever play to bring it back in. Forehand. Those punching backhands, just a little bit of topspin, and then the last one, the full stroke from. To work this hard, get a score like 9-4. Block and wait for the opportunity. Keep Timo a step behind and wait for the opportunity for the big counter. Mizutani takes us to the decider. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, and tell your friends. If they're not watching, they sure should be. Two legends battling on the table. Jun Mizutani and Timo Magic Bowl Game 7. If you can, I'm going to be ready with one more follow-up forehand. A strong wide forehand just out of reach. There's the net. Calm and cool Timo. Much like the point where he received that long serve. But this time, Timo has the opening and has to recover, go back. Now, I could be wrong, but much like Vladi, I think when your teamless counterattacks, of course, you could count them, but just merciless on top of the bounce play, keeping Timo behind the table. Timo brushed back off the table. Mizutani had a plan from the start. That's what it's all. Of course it's possible. The score line is looking very grim for Timo. He's got the crowd. He was down 3-9. Put his timeout at 2-6. Didn't get the point out. Timo knows this drill so well.